that short time. Yo, what's good, everybody? Gonna wait a little bit till we get everybody chimed in. It's gonna be a good evening, though. You guys have been waiting for this one.
What camera do you look at? Look at you, Melissa.
Yeah, they can see that. Thank you guys for chiming in. Please hit the like button, hit the share button. We gotta get the shares up. Hit the like button as soon as you get in there. Hit the share button too, because you know we do drawings for that too. So as soon as you get in there, hit the share button so we can get this thing started. Other people need to hear this. Thank you for all the stars everybody's sending to as well. Much appreciated. What up, Jappy? Yeah, hit the share button for me, guys. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. How to live a healthy life. How to live a healthy life. You guys gonna really like this one. You see the special guest I got on the show. Again, you guys get familiar with that face. Sorry the video's angled this way on my live, but we got multiple different streams that we're doing those. We got the YouTubes, we got the Instagrams, we got whatever Melissa got going on over there though. So this is gonna be streamed across more than just my Facebook Live. Also, guys, I'm followed the Triple M Plaza page as well. We're gonna dig in deep, guys. A lot of people out there with health issues. A lot of people pumped up with pharmaceutical medications and it is treating it, but it's not curing it stuff. I'm gonna give you guys some advice. I still advise you to talk to your doctor as well. We'll give you some advice that's been back and proven. So, one more minute, guys. If you guys just tune in, please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the heart button, hit the hug button, hit the angry button, reaction, whatever you want to do, just hit it as soon as you get in there. Please do that. Yeah, there we go. They're starting to load up. Because what we want to do is get the algorithm going. So the more that you guys engage, the more that people's going to be able to see the video even when we sponsor it. Feel free to engage in conversations during the video. So, Mama Rambo. So please be free to engage in the videos, ask questions. I might not be able to get to it right away, but I will get to it later. So that way everybody can kind of see that and kind of piggyback off one another. 30 seconds, guys. Sorry that started so late, though. A little bit of technical difficulties, dude. Good evening, Kiara. Hey, Kyng, I'm proud of you. I see your workout videos all the time. I see you loading videos to Facebook Reels. Those type of things are getting people motivated to be able to get out there and work out, eat right, live life long and healthier, though. But anyway, we're gonna get started. You guys know what the intro is. Yo, it's your boy Kyng Rambo in the building. Y'all already know what it is. But not only is Kyng Rambo in the building, I got Mama Rambo in the building, the woman of God right there. Say what's up, Mom.
What's up, Mom?
What's up?
No, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Good to be here.
Everybody doing all right? What's up, Cody? Share the video, guys. If you just tuned in, share the video and get those likes up, though. But we're going to get started. I'm going to mute it right here. Anyhow, guys, you see me get on make a lot of different motivational videos. You hear me talk about the holistic approach. And if you guys want to understand the definition of holistic, we're going to get into that, and we're going to dig deep and we're going to dig heavy, because the idea is that when we live this life, we want to live it as long and prosperous as possible. Because we don't know how much time we got on this planet. Some of us already in our 30s and mid 30s and 40s, and we got more behind us than we do in front of us. But however, if we can get the things that we know under control, we can be able to live a long, healthy life, to be able to see our kids grow up and get married and see our grandchildren grow up, and you can still go out there and run on the playground and not be injured and pulling groin muscles. I don't want to talk about that. But you want to be able to be at your best at all times, because the bodies aren't to the point to where we can trade them in and get a new body.
That's right.
We're blessed with the bodies we have now. So therefore we have to see if a car breaks down, we can pretty much get rid of the car if we can't fix it and go buy a new one. We can't buy a new body. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go on the dark market we can't buy new bodies right now. So we got to be able to take care of the ones we have. And there's a lot of people that are on lots of medication, high blood pressure medication, cancer treatments, diabetes, all kind of different things. Also, illnesses that lead from cardiovascular health, from stress, from anxiety, from all these different things that's going on. And we got Mom back on the show for the third time. We're going to try to do one podcast a month. I told her maybe two. She looked at me, She said, But, as God willing, we're going to be able to make sure we educate you guys. The more that we learn, the more that we're going to teach you.
Yes.
So, Mom, what's up?
Hey, baby. How you doing?
Not too bad.
I love you.
I love you too. We're going to talk about three products today, three main products. We've already dealt with one on the other shows, but we're going to talk about three products today. And I'm going to start with one, because I'm not going to tell you all three of them at one time, because then you start getting trying to beat me to the punch, though. So we'll deal with one at a time. So before we dig deep into that, can you guys tell me, you can put this in the chat too, what is the reason why doctors do not talk about holistic medications? Why don't doctors talk about this? If this stuff is so true and it's so common, why aren't they are steering us to be able to go holistic so the body can naturally heal itself instead of pumping us full of pharmaceuticals, which a lot of the times the pharmaceuticals do more damage to you than it does good.
Absolutely.
What happens with that is that they always tell you, we'll give you something to treat your what? To treat your symptoms. You hardly ever hear them say, oh, this is going to cure the symptoms. We said this is going to treat the symptoms. But what happens is that a lot of times when you take these medications, it causes other things to go bad. And these are studies. These are not the opinion I'm talking about with. So, and a lot of things that these pharmaceuticals do, it damages two main things: kidneys and liver, and also gets into your digestive tract. And those are things that you don't want to be able to happen. Right. And the thing about it is, the reason why doctors do not want to tell you about alternative medicine, because it does what? Somebody put in the chat. Why don't they talk? Because they're threatened by it. Because if everybody started going holistic and taking all the stuff that you can find in your cabinets and in your refrigerator, what would they do? What are the doctors for? Maybe surgery here and there, different things like that. They don't want you to be healthy on your own, because then you won't be dependent on them. They can't keep prescribing you medications and different things like that. But we'll talk about how much money these doctors make off of prescribing medications, why they want to keep doing this. But what I learned also is that many of the everyday practices, medications, still hasn't been scientifically proven. So a lot of doctors are going to say, oh, the reason why we're not going to talk about apple cider vinegar or different things is because it hasn't been proven. But neither has a lot of the medication that you take has been proven either. So, and that's a scientific fact.
Absolutely.
So the first thing that we're going to dig in today is going to be a vitamin D3. And it's weird that they call it a vitamin because it's not really a vitamin.
That's right.
It's a hormone.
Right. But
the vitamin D3 is the foundation of all the holistic approach that you want to take. You want to start with that vitamin D3. It's powerful. And a lot of people start learning about the vitamin D3 during COVID.
Exactly.
They start finding that over 46% of the population is vitamin D3 deficient.
That's right.
46% of the population.
I thought it was higher than that.
Yeah, I guess they just did a recent study I put up, though. It said 46%. I thought it was well over half. It was really high.
During the COVID time, It was higher than that.
So, tell us a little bit about vitamin D3, Mom.
Like you said, it's a hormone, and it's number one, too, also known for inflammation. Because there's at least 90-something% of the diseases that people have, it deals with some form of inflammation or not. You know what I'm saying? It deals with that inflammation. Something is inflamed.
Right.
So therefore, you have to get to the root of what's inflamed in order to take away the inflammation.
Right.
So that's one of the number one things that it does, is inflammation. And a majority of the things that we talk about, as far as herbs, vitamins and all that, it always got something in there that deals with inflammation. And that's a good thing, because see, once you can get to the root of something, then you can kill it. Y'all get what I'm saying? you know, you got to kill the root, and it won't grow. You know.
Just like anything, like you told me when I was getting my little plant and watering phase of flowers in my yard, you said the weeds are going to grow back faster if you don't kill the root.
That's
so you
right.
can sit there and just pull it out or just cut over it, though it's going to grow faster. But once you kill the root, you stagnate the growth.
That's right.
As far as that's happening, though. But keep going.
That's right. So that's it. You know, so even a lot of the inflammation, different colds and flus and stuff that people have, all that is inflammation. You know, we're still dealing with something that went wrong that caused the inflammation. There's a cause for the inflammation. And see, once you kill that inflammation, then your body, it even has a time where if you allow it, it have time to heal itself.
Right.
You know, but you got to do something to stop what it is that's hindering you from getting that healing, you know. So that inflammation, once you get to the root of that inflammation, then you good. You
Right.
know, you ain't perfect, but you good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's so many cures from inflammation. So even when you go to the doctors and deal with the doctors far as the pharmaceutical, they still know that that's inflammation. They still know that if they can't find nothing else wrong or come up with any kind of information, they know something is inflamed. You know, whether they tell you or not, but it's something that interferes with that, and it also deals with our immunity, you
Right.
know. So if you got a strong immunity system, then it's the body is allowed to kill those inflammations. You see what I'm saying? Because the immunity is very important.
Right.
That deals with that inflammation. Something, your immune system. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Well, they call the vitamin D3 the sunlight vitamin.
Right.
Because we absorb vitamin D through the sunlight.
Right.
Versus us having a vitamin D3 now versus years ago is that the people's work environments has changed too. So back in the day, before there was buildings that we sat aside behind a computer and made money, you had to go out there, like the men had to go out there and hunt for the game. They had to go out there and get the animals and the meat, and the women were the ones that carried the babies on the back, whatever the little person they had, to be able to pick the berries and the medication. So they was absorbing a lot more sunlight during that time. So considering that we wear more clothes now,
Right.
so they said the average body is only getting about 4 to 6% of actual vitamin D3 because we're covered so much, though. So when we're getting the face, and then we're not in the sun enough to be able to absorb the amount of D3 that we'd be able to need. That's why here in these states like Ohio, the Midwest, is we don't get as much vitamin D3 as versus people that's in the South.
Right.
So as far as being the sunlight medicine is definitely important. So there's supplementation for that. But since the vitamin D deficiency is so high, that's why we became a sickly society. That's why people get sick a lot more than what they used to. But what people are affected more by the vitamin D deficiency are older people,
Yeah, that's what they said.
darker people,
Oh yeah.
people that are in higher latitudes, like certain places like Tennessee and Colorado, obesity,
Right.
people that smoke, anybody that's had certain surgeries like gastric bypass surgeries, also bowel conditions, kidney disease, even vegan people. Vegan people are susceptible to getting, like COVID, different things like that, because they're vitamin D deficient, unless they do further study as far as what type of foods that they pick as well as far as that. But being on the vitamin D sunlight, so what else does it affect as far as not having the vitamin?
It'll affect your respiratory system. Oh, you mean like yeah. It'll affect that because see, you need that hormone to get in there to help kill that inflammation so that you can be healed. So it's a lot of things that it affects. It affects the it affects the cold. Like I said earlier, the colds and the flu. Because if your immune system is strong, then that even if it even try to attach itself onto you, it won't stay.
Right.
Because it'll die immediately because your immune system is built up so strong till it'll kill it.
Right.
So that's why they tell you like in the flu and cold seasons, to make sure you got C and D and all that stuff because it's going to build your immune system up. So anything that's inflamed or want to get inflamed, it don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might start with a chance, but see, because you killing it and you building up your immune system, it's not going to last that long. It's not going to last. It ain't going to take root.
Well, the thing also is that a lot of people were dying during the COVID, mainly because it attacked their respiratory.
Absolutely.
And when they did blood tests on them, they found out that I think it was 80% of the people that died was because they were vitamin D deficient.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing that I learned as well is that the vitamin D3 is a fat soluble vitamin.
Yes,
So you have guys, you have water soluble vitamins and you have fat soluble vitamins. For you guys that just joined the video, please hit the like button, hit the heart buttons. We want to activate the algorithm, and please, as you're listening, hit the share button because I'm keeping track of everybody that has share buttons so I can do the random giveaway. So once I see shares, I know who shared the video. But being vitamin D deficient, it attacks the respiratory system though, and a lot of the doctors were prescribing coincidentally vitamin D for people to start taking vitamin D, and how much that we're deficient by not taking it, and attacking the respiratory. Now, when I mentioned before about fat soluble versus water soluble, now fat soluble means that you have to take it like with food.
Yes, yes.
And the mistake that I made when I caught COVID, I want to say May of not this past year, but the year before. So, and I was taking all those, not saying that we're immune to not catching COVID or different illnesses. It just gives you a greater percentage of you not to be able to catch it. Or if you do catch it, it doesn't affect your lungs or cause you to go to where you can't be able to breathe or different things like that. Right. So we're not saying that it heals all the stuff. We're just trying to give you guys preventive measures. And we're not doctors.
We're proclaiming.
Yeah, we're not doctors, so we're not saying that you go do this. You have to make sure that you talk it over with your physician too as well.
That's right.
But there are 4 vitamins that are fat soluble, and that's A, D, E, and K. So if you guys take that, you got to make sure that you take it with food. So, and that's the mistake that I made when I first started taking it. I didn't take it with food. I would just take it in the morning. But I noticed once I start taking it with food, now it absorbs to the body much better though. So I haven't had any type of like flus or illnesses and different things like that as well.
That's right.
And as the mom mentioned, also the inflammatory part of it. So inflammation, that's even dealing with cancer. So you guys are watching this too.
Heart disease, all that, those are inflamed, things that are inflamed that needs to be eliminated so that you can be healed.
Right.
So there's a lot of people walking around with heart disease because their heart is inflamed. Kidney disease because there's an inflammation in there.
Right.
Lung disease and liver disease, it's all stems from something being inflamed.
Right.
So that makes a difference.
Guys, we got a sponsor today. MMM Marketing, you guys heard me talk about it a lot. You see it on the background right here. MMM Marketing means make more moves, make more money, make more millions. That's what we do. So if you guys are looking for a job opportunity, I don't like to say job opportunity, but if you're looking for a career opportunity, please feel free to go to the website, which is mmmarketingllc.com. There's many different things that we have going on. We're definitely a land of resources. We're able to help you build from the ground up. If you need housing, if you know somebody that needs work, that's not able to get a job, please send them our way so we can be able to get them to the top. And this is what we do. You guys see how it worked for me. It worked for a lot of other people. And we'll also help you work on work ethics. We help you be able to build dreams and different things like that. And we also just opened up the studio here in the office. So if you guys are looking to record, you're looking to build some career music, looking for a platform you want to be able to perform, we got you. So go to the website, mmmarketingllc.com. Now, like I said, we got my mom on the show today. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Hit the heart button. If you're mad at me, hit the angry button. Because sometimes you guys get mad at the post that I put. So take your anger out in this and go ahead and put it in there. But go ahead, Mom. What else you want to touch on the vitamin D3?
Touch more on that respiratory thing, like you were talking about how during the COVID time, that's like they said, that's when the vitamin D got more famous. But vitamin D3, got to say D3 because there's just D out there, but you want the 3. Right. D3. There's a lot of people was affected by that because they were scientifically proving that the people a lot of them that died from the COVID and a lot of them that was in the hospitals for pneumonia, a lot of them that was on the respiratory machines and stuff like that to live, it's because they had a vitamin D sufficient. They were finding this out while it was during the COVID time. Right. And I had a couple friends myself, this is how I know, I had a couple friends myself that went to the hospital, and one particular one stayed in the hospital for about 3 weeks on a respiratory. I remember her, You remember, girl? And so, therefore, the doctors themselves, they said, let's do a test. And they did a test on her. She lived in a different state. They did a test on her, and they seen that she had very little. She was so low in vitamin D3. They didn't even think she was going to even live because it had affected her so bad. She was on oxygen. She couldn't breathe. Then they took it intravenously, put vitamin D3 and that's her IV. In the IV, and when they start shooting that in her, they had to shoot it in her in a bigger dose because of the fact that she was so extremely low and she was really, really, really sick, you
Right.
know. And they started shooting that vitamin D3 in her intravenously, and she started getting better day by day until she finally got off the breathing machine thing, not the oxygen thing, you know. But it was that low, and they said that they've been proving it time and time again that when you have a low vitamin D in your system, you can get deathly sick. So it was a lot of people that died because of it, and they found out that all of them had low vitamin D3.
Yeah.
You don't even know about that. People don't even think about this. Like, vitamin D3, is that affecting me? You know, because of the fact that you wasn't raised that way. I mean, I wasn't raised to know about vitamins and stuff, except Flintstones and all that.
Well, so we didn't have access to the technology we have today, so the information is shared abroad. So you got people that's in other countries that's been doing this though. I got some testimonies that I actually put down there. So they've been knowing about the vitamin D3s, the other different things like that. We just affect a lot because, you know, being Americans, and plus the way that we eat and that we take care of ourselves. We're not very active when it comes to anything.
That's right.
But yeah, you mentioned also I got a friend, she's watching now, that she was so vitamin D deficient. Her whole body was breaking down. She had to walk around with canes. I'm talking about, it was just terrible.
Wow.
And then when she went to the doctors, they said she was vitamin D deficient. So they had to start pumping her almost 50,000 IUs per week just to get her back to where her bones and everything became became strong and stuff again. So we never knew how effective vitamin D was.
It's amazing.
So, you know, and a lot of people don't notice unless they're researching. So you guys got to do a little more or less of TikTok and start just use the internet while you can. While you have complete access to learn things, use it while you can, because there might come a time we might not have the access that we do to different things like that. What else you want to share on the vitamin D?
I want to tell them that vitamin E definitely will help not only your bones and everything, but it helps your teeth. It aids in weight loss. You know, that's science too, you know. So you can definitely lose weight, you know, by that as well. As it's building up your immune system. If you think about it, if it's building that up, then everything else is coming to line up with that. So that's going to help build the production of your restoration of your body, you know what I'm saying? Because you're taking something that's helping and aiding you. You know, so it's amazing how it affects your teeth. You know, it's amazing how it affects weight loss. So a lot of people struggle with a lot of weight, wanting to lose weight, but there's multiple things that are natural out there that can help aid in weight loss. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different kind of things. It's not just one thing, not just this. Because outside of alcohol, you know, different things like that. There's a lot of things out there that will aid with that. But if the bottom line is that we got to change our diets, you know, because we could talk all day long about the cure, you know what I'm saying, that's natural or either pharmaceutical. But even the doctors tell you to change your diet. Y'all know that. Okay, you need to stop eating too much salt or too much fat or too much. But see, that's just a beginning of a thought of what to do. But the whole root, that's not the root of the problem. You know? So we definitely got to learn to eat right. You know, we really do.
And then a lot of us that have, like, you know, different joint issues and muscle issues also helps a lot with osteoporosis. So that's when the bone starts weakening and becomes brittle and it's so fragile. It strengthens all of those bones. As far as men that like to work on everything, it increases testosterone tremendously, and it also helps if you guys are married. Like I said, married before you carry. If you're married and you're trying to have kids, vitamin D3 is so important because it helps with the sperm. The sperm is able to have more quality sperm, and it also it's a thing they call it what's it called? The word I'm looking for. It causes the sperm to be what do you call it? Motility?
Yes,
in other words, it makes the sperm so strong that it's able to travel through the female reproductive system. Instead of being so weak that it can't get through there, it causes it to be super strong to where it can go through like a Superman. And go ahead.
It's great for your metabolism. You know, when you got a low metabolism, you know, that vitamin D3 will just help spike things and help take things up, you know. So we need a strong metabolism, because that's another thing that's going to help us fight what's going on inside of us that's warring against us. See, when you get sick, there's a war going on, because God created the body to naturally heal itself. You know, but if we're not doing what we're supposed to do for it to take us effect, that means there's a war going on. I want to be healed. No, I'm going to make you sick. You know, try to give an illustration. You know, so, but what we got to do is kill it, you know, and then build it. Eat right. We need help with the eat right. I'm a holistic, but I got to learn how to do even better. Eat right.
Same here, because it's so convenient.
Right.
Based on our work lives and how busy that we are all the time, it's easy to stop by a fast food joint and say, I just want something to eat. And that's what's really killing us and stuff. So even though we're taking the vitamins, we still got to make sure that we coincide with a good diet plan too,
That's
as
right,
well.
that's right,
And
that's
somebody asked me yesterday, one of the posts, it says the any things you talk about help with mental illnesses
that's
or
another
different
one, yeah.
or different mental problems or emotions. So yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does. It even helps with the cognitive, like you won't get Alzheimer's or dementia.
Dementia, yep.
Yeah, it helps with all that.
Schizophrenia.
It's amazing how this one little capsule is so powerful, and they come in different milligrams, stuff like that. But it's a powerful thing that's natural, that will definitely scientifically. And when we tell y'all to look up things, look up the science of it. Don't just look up, somebody just on YouTube say, and I experienced this, and I experienced that. No, it's okay to listen to that. But see, what you want to do is get the science of it. Look, what is the scientist saying? Because one thing about a science, he's doing two things. He's going to either prove that you're right or prove that you're wrong. Right. That's the goal for a science. It's like, nah, dude, that work, let's see, we're going to look into that. Let's get us some rats. Right. They're going to look into this thing deep because they want to prove you either wrong or right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell you, look at the science, because they're going to show you what's the real deal. It's going to come out. It's going to come out.
And then they were talking about, even as far as it helps with ADHD.
Yeah, can you believe that?
And also, like, they say it's good to stack it with like omega-3 for some reason though, but it helps with all of that stuff. So the vitamin D3 is this powerful. Another thing for everybody that's scared to get old, it also reduces the epigenetic aging by 2.5 years after the first after the first month of taking it. That fast. That's what it's able to do.
That's amazing.
And like I said, once again, it's a fat soluble vitamin. But all the stuff we're telling you, make sure that you go over with your doctors. Make sure you do some research as well, because these things are not really going to educate you on, because Big Pharma can't make money off of holistic products stuff.
Right,
you know what I mean? They can't make money because they can't prescribe you stuff. So you just want to make sure that you another thing that we talked about before is that cancer feeds off of sugar. And there was something before that somebody went to go see a cancer specialist, and while they were waiting, they had candy in the candy jars up there. Now, why would you put candy there, knowing that you're there to see? Because they know that you're going to eat that. But they want to have you sick. They say they don't, but how can they make money if you're not sick? How can they make money off the prescriptions if you're not sick?
That's right. It's something about that vitamin D and cancer. That's something that I want y'all to really, really look into scientifically, because it is proven to affect the cancer cells in a person's body. It's something about it that because see, I don't know all these scientific words, but it's something in it that causes it to kill the cancer cells. It's powerful, and like I said, it's proven. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to do. We want something to be proven. Right. So it will definitely kill cancer cells. And I had it was brought to my attention. I want to tell you my story. This main thing I'm on is to tell you my story, because Rambo wants y'all to see that he has a healthy mother and that I've been living a healthy life, but not a perfect healthy life. I want y'all to know, was it a proclaimer, what you call it, a disclaimer? I want y'all to know that I take holistic stuff for years and years and years and years, but that don't mean that I didn't catch a cold, but it's so rare. That didn't mean, because usually I get a cold like in my sinus. I don't get a body cold. And I thank God for that. It's just like in my sinus, and even in my right sinus. And it's a lot of things that I don't be affected by, but I still get situations. But because I'm on such powerful vitamins and herbs and stuff like that, and the vitamin D, the hormone, it doesn't stay. It leaves so quick, because it don't have the ability to take root, because I'm putting too much in there that's going to kill it right away. So, I just want y'all to know, I might live a long life with a healthy life, and I thank God for that. To God be all the praise. But I want you to know, it still hasn't been perfect. I'd be a fool to get on here and tell y'all, like, I've never got sick. That's foolish. That's foolish thinking. But I thank God the little time, if something attaches itself to me, it doesn't stay. Because I know what to do. I know what to take this. I know what to do this. I know what to step up. Step up in the D. Step up in the C. Step up in the garlic. You see what I'm saying? And it goes away so fast. But I thank God for that, And then another thing, it was brought to my attention. Well, do your mom have a female doctor? For the females,
Right.
the female organ stuff. No, I like to tell you, no, I don't have it. But I thank God that I know what to do. But still, I ain't stupid. If I get signs of some kind of sickness, I do my own self-examination, different other things that I do, and the wisdom from God, because God gives me wisdom. But at the same time, I'm not exempt. Do y'all got to say anybody can get sick, period. I just want y'all to know that I might be, in my 60s and stuff like that, but I don't get sick. I thank God that I don't have bad knees and bad back and bad this and trying to get around, but to God be all glory. But it's because of the things that he's imparted to me, the wisdom as to what do I need to take to build myself up, So that's something that I can say. But if I knew that I had any kind of symptoms that would require a doctor's visit, I'm not stupid. I want to live longer. But I know that the vitamins, herbs, and all that helps you. So I got to be seriously sick or something like that before I go to a doctor. I haven't been to a doctor in 30-some years. But I give God all the praise. But I know that when it comes with the female side of it, you already know that they test for cancer, this and that, this. But I thank God he hasn't told me that I had anything like that. But I take enough supplements and different things that have been scientifically proven to kill the cells. You see what I'm saying? So therefore I have no symptoms, and I don't have, what you gonna say?
No, go ahead, listen.
And I don't have that, but I thank God I stay on that because I take so many things that literally says kills cancer cells. Like we just talked about this vitamin D. Kills this, kills that, restores the liver, restores the kidney, restores this. See, so if you're taking all this stuff around the table, it's going to make an effect. But I'm just letting y'all know I ain't stupid. If I get sick, I'm taking Jesus with me to the doctor. Like, come on, Lord, we got to go. you the doctor, you the great physician, but you can listen to them, Jesus. But I just want y'all to know we all have moments that we can get sick because we're mortal. We're humans. Things attack. Viruses try to attack and flus and all that stuff. It tries to attack, but we need to know what to do to combat that so that it won't take any kind of root to cause any ill, any more greater sickness or you have to go to the hospital or even possible death, because ain't nobody exempt for that. We born to live and then we gonna die. Somewhere we gonna die.
That's why it's good that you guys really have to study, do the researches on your own, understand everything. It's important. Because a lot of times they're not really going to you have to educate yourself. They're not going to educate you in this. Yes. I had read something I looked up. They found on the average that physicians who prescribed a drug received higher payments related to the drug that same year than those who didn't prescribe it. Wow. For listeners, the value of payment was more than 4 times higher for providers who prescribed the drug than among those who did not. So this is how important that the money-making system is. So you guys got to be able to educate yourself on that. We're not going to last too long with the vitamin D3 because I don't have that long of a podcast. So we're going to, is a couple more things you want to cover before we go to the next one?
Yeah, the vitamin D is just so powerful, and it really does. It helps your energy level. If a lot of people feel like they, it's like, I ain't got no energy, I can't. But the stuff that I have, my secretary is sitting over there, the things that I have, I don't need anything to help me with my energy because I'm a high energetic person. Period. You know that. I grew up that way. But if I take something that has energy, it's like I feel like I'm climbing the wall because I'm so hyper. Right. So I try to stay away from the energetic stuff, but it's so many other different things. So that's kind of hard to do that. But if you feel fatigue and you have any kind of levels of fatigue, take you some vitamin D3. It's really, 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 really going to help you. And it's a good gut bacteria. It kills the bacteria in your gut. And there's a lot of things that we take that deals with that too, the gut bacteria. But if you don't have a healthy gut, if you don't have a healthy, come on. If you don't have, I'm acting like my son, come on. If you don't have that, then it's going to hold a lot of toxins in your body because we need to have a clean gut. We really do. And I thank God for that. But this is, let me give you like 7 or 6 things that relates to let you know if you got a low vitamin D deficiency, like my son said earlier. But if you have a lot of bone aches, if you got a lot of pain in your bones and in your body, you more likely you got vitamin D3 deficiency, but it also can be just arthritis. But it hits arthritis. Vitamin D, it takes that away as well. And if you feel like I said, chronic fatigue, like it's like I can't do anything, I can't get up, then you're deficient somewhere if it ain't nothing but vitamin D. But I found that you get a vitamin D deficiency can cause you to be really extremely chronic fatigue, you know. And then it also affects slow healing. Like if you get wounds and you know have different cuts or different wounds that happen in your body, if you low in vitamin D sufficient, vitamin D?
Yeah, you're vitamin D deficient.
Yeah, then your wounds are going to take longer to heal. That vitamin D is so powerful. I'm trying to tell you, it is really good. It's really good.
So I know we got more to cover on that, but we're not going to throw it because there's so much we got to get to the other two products too as well. But that's a lot of valuable information that you guys just got right there. So look into it. And other things, they say look at how much that you probably would need. You can get a test from your doctor to find out how much vitamin deficient you are, but a lot of times they recommend at least 5,000 IUs a day.
Yes,
you know.
yes. And see, believe it or not, I take 10,000. Is that any wonder I ain't gotten? Praise God. But I'm just saying because and it's for maintenance. Am I making sense? Is to maintain where I am to keep my immunity system and my just build up, you know, to be strong. So vitamin D will, I promise you, to help you.
Guys, make sure that you share the video as we're speaking right now because I'm doing a drawing for the ones that shared it. So make sure you hit the share button. Please hit the react button. Conversate in the chat below. And I won't be able to answer questions now, but I can answer the question as the show is over as well.
Look, can I say one more thing about that? What you had said, what you had hit on about cancer. So many people that are affected by cancer nowadays.
More so now than ever.
Yes, it really is. It's stuff that's in the food. Y'all know that some different chemicals and different things they put in there to affect the body, you know.
Right.
But like I told people even on the last podcast, if you eliminate sugar, sugar is one of the most powerful things that promotes cancer. It promotes it. So if you eating a whole bunch of sugar, the cells feed off of that sugar and it causes them to grow. And then you wonder why it's like I got all this sickness. See, because ain't nobody informing you. It's like, okay, this is what's killing you.
Right.
You know, there ain't nothing wrong with eating sugar, but let it be just so minute. You know what I'm saying? But sugar is a serious cancer grower.
Serious cancer growth.
It really is. I mean, I don't know from experience, but I just know by research, you know, and things like that.
The other thing, guys, this is huge too, is apple cider vinegar. You guys probably heard of apple cider vinegar or ACV, whatever they call it. How important apple cider vinegar is for the body.
Yes, that's another one.
It's huge. You can go ahead and get into what you want to say as far as I'll piggyback over top
Go
of
ahead, you
it.
go ahead and I'll pick you over here.
Okay.
Peeky
We gotta edit that one out.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But the apple cider vinegar, it helps with a lot as far as it aids in digestion. If you have like diabetes, as far as sugar levels and different things like that, it stabilizes all of that different stuff. And there's a way that you take the apple cider vinegar. When you do take it, you never want to just drink it straight. A lot of people make the mistakes of drinking it straight, which, thank you for the stars, guys. You drink it straight, you're going to tear up your esophagus. You're going to do a lot. You're going to rot out your teeth because it takes off the enamel that's on there. So you want to make sure that you want to take at least between 4 to 6 ounces of water as you take it. But what the apple cider vinegar does for the body is absolutely amazing.
It really is. It really is. You're on a roll.
Well, because see, Mom was the first one that educated me on this stuff, but since you guys always know that I'm a researcher, I go above and beyond and still make sure I study and find things out myself.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, she's the one that got me on this trip, and I'm going on 16 years without having any type of except when I get hurt playing sports and like that, though, but no major health issues in 16 years. Mom is over, she's on her 33rd year. So I got people younger than me that's going in and out of the hospitals all the time, though. So far, thanks, like I said, to God to be all the glory, honor, and praise, but also with the education that we have to be able to get us to the point to where we are.
Right. It's so very, very important to be educated. That's what you go to school for, because you need an education,
Right.
But in life, we need an education, So that apple cider vinegar is very, 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 very powerful. It really is. And I advise y'all they always tell you to drink it on an empty stomach, It's something about taking that on an empty stomach, ain't that right?
Well, the reason why you take it on an empty stomach, for example, when you sleep at night, your body goes through it fast, so it's digested everything. So when you wake up in the morning, your stomach be growling, you're super hungry. You take the apple cider vinegar on an empty stomach with a glass of water, guys, because what it does is able to get through all your digestive tracts and every little part that's in your stomach without anything getting in the way. So when you eat food, you got food particles there where it can't penetrate.
Right.
So if you have nothing there, you're able to do it. And they say also take it a half hour before you eat anything.
Right.
That way it's done its work.
That's
Go ahead.
right. That's right. And I advise you also to, as much as possible, to drink the apple cider vinegar. Always dilute it. Even if you dilute it in your favorite drink, orange juice or water or whatever it is, and as long as it ain't high sugar, don't get that. Stay away from the sugar stuff. But it's always to drink it with a straw. Because see, you want to make sure that the acid on it, this acidity, don't get on your teeth and start causing you to lose enamel.
Right.
But it's so strong and it's so powerful, so you need a straw. So do that with a straw, and if you can do it 2 or 3 times a day, because you can't go wrong. It's going to help you. It really does. And if this is another thing to be aware of. That's with anything, any vitamin or herb that we tell y'all to do. And if you find yourself taking it and you notice that you're having diarrhea, that means you can put a little bit, it's a little stronger than what it needs to be in your system. And what you need to do is just pull back, even if it ain't nothing but just a little bit off the milligrams or something like that. You got what I'm saying? Because anything, usually when it's too much, it causes diarrhea. Different other things, not just this.
Right.
So anything that you take that we're saying or suggesting, or even, green vegetables can cause diarrhea, but they got a lot of chlorophyll in it. So therefore, there's a lot of healing in it. But you can eat too much of that, and it still cause diarrhea. So what we don't want to do is have a lot of diarrhea. But the thing about apple cider vinegar, it helps the friendly bacteria, and it helps cure the diarrhea, even though it's green.
Right.
But it'll help that part of you. But if you see anything that we're telling y'all, even here today or in the past, to take, and it's affecting your health, and you thought it would do another thing, draw back from it. Because see, evidently that's not for you, or either it's another different, maybe doses that you need to be taking. Because we out to give you information that's going to help you, not hurt you. See, so we want to be aware of the different signs that you will get that it's like, no, that's not working, that ain't working. See, it didn't work for you. Right. So don't keep forcing yourself to do something that's affecting you negatively. But the stuff that we're telling you is positive stuff, but like I said, not all of us can eat or take or drink the same thing. We can't.
And I was reading up that apple cider vinegar helps with asthma.
Yep, it sure does. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, so
that it helps with inflammation too. That's another inflammatory to help you.
I'm like, what, asthma?
Because your lungs are full, your lungs get inflammation in it, so therefore the apple cider vinegar is able to go in there and take away the inflammatory part of it, and so that you can breathe better.
And then it also helps with hypertension.
Yes.
So a lot of us deal with that too as well.
That's so right.
Obviously pain, like Mom said, inflammation, it's antimicrobial,
yes.
Anti-cancer. We keep talking about that cancer. So we talked about the vitamin D. Now we're talking about the apple cider vinegar. Well, this is thorough studies about what it does as far as the cancer, and also the prevention of certain cancers. Not all cancers, but the prevention of them, especially dealing with the colon cancers and what women do as far as breast cancers and different things like that too as well. Neuroprotection as far as the brain part, also protects against kidney diseases for a lot of you that messed up as far as taking all kind of different pills that destroy your kidneys. It's diuretic. Also as far as the skin, tell them what it is for the skin.
I got it. Beautiful skin. It does it again. It takes away the inflammatory things like acne. That's something that's again in your cells that then inflame. Something is caused that inflammation. So therefore, if you're taking things that's going to help take away inflammation, it's going to take away the very things that are inflamed.
That's right.
So that's why we need these anti-inflammatory things so they can kill the inflamed.
There's a chemical in it though, guys. It's called, I can't pronounce that word. It's called thymoquinone. Mm-hmm. So what it does, it causes the cancer to commit suicide.
Yes. Can you believe that?
It causes the cancer, and also stops whatever the cancer needs to build up to become cancerous. Different things like that. It's crazy.
That's right. And we just gave y'all, just before this one, about how vitamin, excuse me, vitamin D is good for weight loss. Apple cider vinegar is the bomb for weight loss.
For weight loss, yeah.
For real, for real. I was, probably about 2 years ago, I was losing so much weight, it's like,
Yeah, you got skinny fast. So
yeah, my son teasing me. He was teasing me. I got so small.
And she wasn't even strict on the diet. It was the apple cider vinegar. Yeah.
Didn't even change my diet, and therefore what I was doing was taking the very things that said that it would do that. And it took one of my staff members to tell me, it's what you're taking. Remember, you told us that this do that, this do that. It's like, whoa, like okay.
Guys, if you guys just tune in, please hit the like buttons, the heart buttons. We just want to make sure that we get the engagement going. Though I see you guys asking questions. I can't get to it yet because I can't move my I can't move the phone. But yeah, if you guys want to know what type of apple cider vinegar to take, the most renowned one that's the top of the line is the Bragg's vinegar. So it's not just any type of apple cider vinegar you take. You got to make sure you take the one that has the pulp in it, which is the mother.
The mother.
Yeah. So the mother's when mom's going to explain how they make the apple cider vinegar though. But you want to have some people get scared of the raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar because you can see the particles that's floating in it. So when you buy it from the store, it's not bad. That's the stuff in there that's actually doing the work though. So she'll explain a little more on that.
Let's see. It's the peeling. It's the part of the apple itself is bacteria. It's bacteria that get there. That's what the mother's all about. But it's a friendly bacteria. It's a good bacteria that's going to go in there and cure things. So that's why it look funny, and that's why it's like it settles at the bottom because that's the good part of. That's why you got to shake it up. Yeah. You got to shake it up before you drink it because you want that good bacteria to go in through your body so it can help cure you and heal you. It's a good diuretic. Anybody that deals with what's it called? What's it when you sweat? Water retention. What's it called? The water retention that causes
water retention just makes you hold water.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But apple cider vinegar help you get rid of that retention.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to tell you. Like people that have swollen ankles and swollen hands and swollen. That apple cider vinegar will go in there and take that fluid out, and you'll find yourself using the restroom more because it's designed to take away the unnecessary water,
right? So
that you won't be inflamed. Because see, that causes different diseases and things too. When you got a lot of water retention in you, so that helps out a lot.
And if you guys deal with acid reflux, I had acid reflux. That's what that's what I talked about before, as far as different things that I've dealt with before in the past. Acid reflux was definitely one of them. It was terrible. I would wake up in the morning, middle of the night, where everything just coming up, and somebody told me about apple cider vinegar. So once I started taking it,
that's right.
Don't have any type of none of that stuff anymore, though. It's crazy how that works, but it just makes sure. Sometimes you need the acid to get rid of the wrong acid or something like that. Yeah, it's weird how it goes down. But
oh, sorry, baby. What? It also helps with sugar diabetes. It is proven that apple cider vinegar will lower your ACI, whatever it's called. Cause the sugar levels to go down because it's balancing it. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's bringing a balance to your blood sugar levels. But again, anything that we telling y'all, we want you to know, always consult your doctor. If you got a doctor, don't take what we better ask the doctor.
Yeah, because if you have diabetes and you're on medication, you got to make sure you talk to the doctor before you take apple cider vinegar. Because it will lower your blood sugar way too low, though. So you got to be careful. So if you guys are already on medication, just make sure you talk to your doctors first before you take this stuff, because they will tell you. I'm gonna go over some comments here in a minute when we get done, as far as what certain people's stories that they said just in the comments, as far as how these things actually changed their body and what their doctors said when they went back in to get checkups. Though they understand how this went down, how this is going away until they start saying it.
I know people.
Yeah.
That because I even got a friend that I was already telling her about apple cider vinegar because she was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. So therefore, she didn't have the full onset yet, but she knew she needed to change her diet and different things like that. So therefore, she was not really changing her diet, but she started taking the apple cider vinegar. Right. And when she started taking the apple cider vinegar, now this is her story, that she said she started feeling lightheaded and started feeling dizzy and she started feeling funny. And she said that she went to the doctor, and the doctor told her that her blood sugar levels was low. That's why she was feeling the dizziness, because you already know high blood sugar can cause you to be dizzy and low blood sugar. That's why we need that balance. Right. But what it proved to her is that works. You see what I'm saying? It works. And I know several people that I told them take apple cider vinegar for blood sugar levels. But like we said,
Also-
if you got a doctor, because you know how they even tell you check your blood sugar levels even on your own. See, so you know you got to check your blood sugar levels when you take an apple cider vinegar. It's designed to do this, scientifically proven.
Right.
All you got to do is look it up.
Also helps regulate blood pressures and stuff. Stabilize your
Yes.
blood pressure, different
Yes.
things like so. All this coincides with it, guys. So just take the information, share the video, get people to be able to know what's going on as far as that.
And it'll also help you with if you got like an inflamed liver, and I don't think it's the kidneys, but liver it will, because it'll help take that inflammation out of your liver. And see, the liver will heal itself quick if you leave it alone, you know.
Yeah.
It's the kidneys that need a little more extra help, or sometimes it got so bad
Right.
till you can't get that help. But it's definitely good to help cleanse the liver out as well.
It's a detox. Yeah, a lot of people use it for
yes.
detox as far as apple cider vinegar too as well.
Yes.
We're on a short time span, guys, so we're gonna. It's mom. We got tons of information and stuff that
Yeah,
we just
I'm
can't get
telling you,
to it all today. But we're gonna cover the last thing of the day, and that's the black seed oil, not flaxseed oil, but the black seed oil. How
Yes.
important black seed oil. And one thing I learned about black seed oil, it does tons of things. You can use it for your skin, you can use it for
Yeah.
your beard, as you take it orally. And another thing that black seed oil is very good about is anti-cancer.
Oh yeah,
Again,
it's up there. It's up there. They have done even more recent studies about how it kills the cancer cells. This is why I tell you I'm not stressed about anything that's going on in my body. Not that y'all see what I told you earlier. Like, not that I don't be concerned.
Right.
But I take so many things that will kill this and that. That don't mean that a little man can't slip in there and then y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So we're not exempt. But if you can do the overall part of it, that's the greatest thing that you can do, and it does kill cancer cells. It does. It's known for that.
It also an inhibitor for solid tumors too
Yes,
as well.
yes.
So it blocks a lot of the pathways for the cancer getting the place that it needs to do though. So black seed oil is good. You guys get online and look up the consumption or whatever
Please
your
look
doctors
it up.
recommend though. I mean,
Please
I
look
take 2 teaspoons a day. I do one in the morning. I do one at night, and I definitely know the difference as far as what it
It
does.
is.
It helps with allergies. It helps with
Yes, yes.
tons of different things. You
Yes,
know.
yes.
So a lot of these things we're telling you, these are just 3 things. And we got more even on top of this. We just gave you guys the foundation, so you guys can take this and learn more information to go online even more, because we can't cover everything today. We'd be sitting here forever if we covered everything that we
Yeah, I
knew
know
about
how
these
to
about these things. So explain more about the black seed oil.
Oh, and it's another one that deals with diabetes. See, that's what I'm telling you. We ain't gotta walk around like this, you know? Because there's too many things out there that are natural to heal you. You know, it helps out
It's not
with pain.
treating it; it's curing it.
That's
So,
right. It helps out with pain in your body. That's a proven fact. And I even got friends that experienced that. Even one of my staff members, she was having problems with her back and different things like that, and she couldn't sleep comfortable at night. I said, girl, get you some black seed oil. She takes it as if it's a medicine. If anytime her back flare out, she takes it as if it's a medicine, because it immediately take away the pain out of her back. Now, if it's a lie, she told it.
That's what it is, guys.
It's very,
so
very
huge
good.
how this stuff is. And also, when you start taking this stuff, it has to be consistent.
Yes.
And a lot of people
Yes.
don't start off feeling the effects of it, because it's not like when you take an ibuprofen or you take something, you feel immediate results. It's something that you have to do on a consistent basis so your body can adapt to it. That's why
That's
people
right.
choose to go pharmaceutical than to go holistic, because they know an immediate illusion effect of what the pharmaceutical is doing right away. Oh, now my stomach feels great, but what it's doing, you're having a temporary fix that's causing long-term health and problems, which is to your body. And they say a lot of the things that even I wrote that down too, as far as okay, a lot of things that the pharmaceutical medicines are doing, you guys can definitely relate to this, is that it causes anxiety, it causes changes in your appearance, whether it's weight loss or gain, also changes in your physical health. It does damage to the heart, and what we said earlier, kidneys, liver, brain, the most important parts of the body,
Right.
depression, drug addiction, drug dependence, mental health decline. So a lot of those pharmaceuticals that's treating one thing is causing a lot of other things around you to go bad. It causes a decline in the body. And just to go over quick little things that these people put in the comments, by the results is amazing. One said, I am a diabetic. Her name is Mr. Codehead. Said, I am a diabetic, and my A1C levels in January of 2017 were 9.2. I took a shot glass of ACV every day with a few times accidentally forgetting, and by January 2018, my A1C levels were down to 5.1. Doc was amazed and said, "You're using apple cider vinegar, aren't you?" Another one said, "Dave, this, helped me out a lot. I eat about 6 eggs and 2 cans of tuna every day. Fiber was lacking. My stomach was seriously bloated. Used the idea of doing the fiber shake with the Bragg's, we said Bragg's apple cider vinegar,
right.
in the evening, works perfectly. Weight slimmed down in 3 days."
I'm telling you, see that y'all know, y'all out there, y'all know it works.
And then another one said, "I've been drinking this in the morning and it has removed my indigestion 90% of the time," which
God.
I've already said.
Look at God.
Another one said that apple cider vinegar and cinnamon are both great blood sugar regulators.
Oh, yes, definitely. Cinnamon is up there, yes.
And then one said, "Since becoming a vegan and being used to do the fiber made me indigested, I followed Dr. Greger's tweak of incorporating 2 teaspoons mixed in a glass of water with each meal, and it helped a lot. Needless to say, my cholesterol went down. The stuff really works."
It sure do, baby.
And I got 2 more. "I've been eating black seed oil as a daily supplement for years because of its many miraculous functions, and hands down, it works wonders for my health. I'm rarely sick. Like Mom said, we don't get sick very often.
No.
I'm rarely sick, and it helps alleviate my asthma." Remember I talked about asthma earlier? Yeah. Can't recommend black seed oil enough. And one thing says, great breakdown. "The thing that it conspicuously missing from every Western presentation of black seed is that it's traditionally taken with honey, raw honey. Doesn't need to be really expensive as a synergist to boost its power in the body." So these are just a few testimonies of people that's taking these things, and when they go back to the doctor sees these drastic improvements within your body. So if you guys want to live longer and be stronger, these are just a few things, and we're gonna cover more things and other topics that we do, later down the road when Mom comes back. But take this video.
Can I help? Can I throw in something that's important?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to throw in something that I want y'all to be aware of too. But the black seed oil is the top of the line. It's all God, and it's a beautiful flower. Before they even take the buds off and they start dying, once the buds it's a beautiful flower before they even tamper with it. But the thing about the black seed oil, be careful of this, because it is designed naturally to be a blood thinner. Naturally. So if you're taking any kind of blood thinner medicine, then you better think twice or ask your doctor before you take black seed oil, because it's going to thin your blood. Because, and see, you need your blood at a certain thinness because
don't cause blood clots.
Yeah. But you got to be very careful with the black seed oil, because it's a blood thinner, and you don't want to have too thin of a blood, because that can kill you too. So be very careful with that. And it's also good for your memory. If you forgot where you put your keys and go get you some black seed oil, baby. But like he said, it's so much that we can hit on. But see, I thank God that I'm here, because what it does allow me to tell my story. See, what works for me. What has worked for me and what has kept me. God, number one. But but these things that He has created keeps us and help us to our health to be restored again.
And I'm glad I learned about it though, because even up in my old age and stuff, I'm still able to do a lot of people that's my age and stuff. You know what I mean? Just because a lot of stuff that I've learned, and we got to use this stuff as valuable information. Sometimes we study about the things that are not necessary in life, and not study about the things that we need to help progress us in life, and that's what we have to be able to do. I'm gonna get to you guys' questions and stuff, but what I'm gonna have to do eventually is just get where I can actually just be able to see it closer. I can't see it too much there. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm trying to think anything that we even I know we got way more stuff to cover though, but it's just that how much time we've been on here? What's it say on there?
58 minutes.
That's it. Yeah, that's just the hour right at the hour limit though. But yeah. So
this is all good, y'all.
So remember the apple cider vinegar, you buy Bragg's. I mean, a lot of them they're good products, but it's just Bragg's for some reason is the most popular one out there. Make sure that it's raw, unfiltered with the mother. Who said this?
With the mother.
Raw, unfiltered with the mother, and then the what other one we call it? The vitamin D3. You can get some that come with like 3,000 IUs. I try to find ones that's like 5,000 IUs. You start off just taking one a day. You know what I mean?
What's
then
that?
One 5,000 IUs a day. As far as vitamin D3,
Okay.
Yeah. I've heard some people say that you can reach toxic levels over a certain amount of time when it comes to the vitamin D. There hasn't been many cases on it, but everybody's body is different. So you want to make sure that you just kind of look into that a little bit. And you guys know about the black seed oil, how you take that in the morning as well. And when you take those vitamins, you take that vitamin D3, make sure you take it with food. Because like I said, it's a fat soluble vitamin. There's 4 vitamins that are fat soluble, and that's A, D, E, and K. So the rest of them you can take with water and you're fine, but you got to take those vitamins. I had to learn that the hard way, so I definitely know what to do as far as that. So yeah, go to your stores, check your cabinets.
That's right.
And
And remember also that when he said toxic, the toxicity, you can, but we're talking, do your study, but we're talking about like 50,000 milligrams and 20,000 million, you know, and over a long period of time will cause toxicity, but it will not, you ain't gonna take all that. You got too many other things that'll do somewhat of what what it does. But at the same time, it takes a high degree of milligrams to cause toxation and over a long period of time. So,
You know
do you study?
you know the mistake we made today?
What?
I looked at this camera almost the whole time. We got 2 other cameras now.
Well, y'all gotta edit. Y'all
I
gotta
forgot
do
about it. Did I look enough? I looked a little bit though, but it was just kind of like I didn't, did I?
Did I? Did I? Okay.
Just kind of back and forth. Yeah, we got a crew back there doing. This is the first time we had the whole setup stuff, so it's not just streamed on live now. We got all the other platforms that we're doing and we're building. And thank you guys for your support. Please hit the like button. If you're done watching the video, share it right now. While you're watching it, hit the share button. It only takes a second, less than a second, hit the share button because you help building the platform for us to be able to reach out to more people. And if you guys are still looking for job opportunities, career changes, you see it back there, MMM Marketing. It's easy to go to the website. So MMMMarketingLLC.com. Make sure you tell them you talked to Rambo. You know, anybody else that need opportunities, send them this way because people need to make money. People need career changes. People need help. And that's what we're here for. You guys tune in for the next podcast because we're still going to have that domestic violence situation that we're going to take care of, though. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'm going to look at this camera. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sorry. But I also want to thank you too, because if you wasn't on this video, then you wouldn't be interested in your health. So just being on the video and tapping in and stuff like that proves that you want to do better or have done better and confirming what we're saying. So our concern is to make sure that we can get information out to you guys as well so that you can improve in your health and live a long-lasting life.
You heard it right here. King Rambo Podcast.